Well, welcome back. We do have an empty platform and we're in the final few seconds before we welcome out the lifters in session 3 of the 2021 South Island Weightlifting Championships. This is the men's 81 and 89 kilo division. And we will be welcoming them out very shortly. They're just waiting in the wings. And here they come. Large session to finish the day. We've had some exciting lifting all weekend. As I said, lots of lifters coming out and around the corner. Just got a little bit of glare coming through the skylight as the sun begins to lower here in Nelson.
Starting on enquiry, we have Curtis from Canterbury Strength Institute. Then we've got David Tamayo, and he is from Canterbury, Christchurch City Weightlifting Pirates.
Big crowd in here this afternoon. Lots of support for these men.
Ian Little, and he is from Otago Weightlifting. Then we've got Devin Yu, and he's from EWC. Karen Power from CCW. Yuan Roberts from CCW. Julian Harker from Otago Weightlifting. Kat Connell from GCW. Sylvie Long from Otago Weightlifting. Lee Atron from CSI. Jared Dodd from BBB. Ben Sumner, EWC. Kieran McGovern, Otago Weightlifting. Bradley High, CSI. Luca Motion, Otago Weightlifting. Tim Perry from CCW.
So that is our lineup today from the men's session 3, 81 and 89 kilo division. I'll give you a little look at the scoreboard. So that's our lineup, big lineup. Some strong opening attempts there. We'll have a tight tussle for the podium, no doubt. And we will be back with the lifting in approximately 10 minutes. In the meantime, we are quickly going to introduce our referees. So introduction complete, and they will set the clock, no doubt, very shortly to 10 minutes, and we will join you back for the first lift of session 3 of the South Island Weightlifting Championships. Well, welcome back. As we wait for the men's 81 and 89 kilo division, I am joined by Lou Kelly, a member of the local weightlifting club here, Nelson Weightlifting. 6 from 6 today, personal best all around. I saw a lot of hugs and a lot of emotion.
Yeah.
Tell us about how you felt.
Yeah, it was ecstatic. Yeah, I've had a few bad runs in comp lately, so I was just stoked to make my first snatch for a start and then to finish 6 out of 6.
Yeah, so I was sitting here, I had the pleasure of commentating that, and I couldn't help to say wow every time you lifted, so it looked so good.
Thank
you. You have a background in CrossFit, yes?
Yeah.
Any pre-sport background prior to that?
Gymnastics. Yeah.
I was just about to say, I have a feeling there was some gymnastics involved there, yeah. So again, for those that are at home, I'm pretty small, but Lou's even smaller than me, so that's fantastic to have what we call cross-code sports, or athletes coming their way into weightlifting. What do you think? Hometown advantage for you today?
The best, yeah. It's a real treat to not travel and be able to sleep in my own bed, and it's been great to host it,
Yeah, really good. I know there's a fair bit of noise happening right now because we're about to go to the men's 81. Thank you for joining me. We're going to cross back to a little bit of a holding screen for the next couple of minutes, and we will be with you shortly for the men's 81 and 89 kilos from the South Island Weightlifting Championships. So welcome back. We are in the final minute countdown before session 3, the men's 81 and 89 kilos at the South Island Weightlifting Championships, live on skysportnext from Nelson Weightlifting. This is our lineup today, a big lineup, last session for the day. We've had some fantastic lifting all day today, and I'm sure these men are going to show us how to do it in the final session. We are, as I said, in the final countdown for the first lifter to move to the platform. A number of these athletes, young athletes. A number of these athletes are older athletes. We have a good lineup of masters competitors today as well lined up. Apologies for the sun creeping its way down the backdrop. We do have the last of the southern sun dipping below the horizon, and we are ready to go. Pat will lead the competition out, 62 kilograms. And Pat waits for the referee signal. And the signal works. He had to wait a little bit long. So loaders will load more on the bar. A couple of new referees to using the system. They've got to load it up Well, they have to choose to make that decision themselves. New refereeing system that people are getting used to. So this is our scoreboard. A large lineup, 16 lifters. At this point, it looks like Pat will be doing 3 consecutive lifts. And as such, Pat gets the full complement of 2 minutes. Looks like Pat's going to burn the clock down a little bit. Helps give a bit of energy. And we have 2 athletes, Rebecca and Lou, that just lifted in the last session. So this is what we call weightlifting. You're not just a competitor, you are a contributor to the sport. Many people straight onto officiating, loading, assisting the event. So we have a small but dedicated community of weightlifters around the country. When I say small, it is growing, and it is fantastic to have these championship events live. Barbell is loaded. Pat has 1:38 on the clock. So we'll just look out in that back room. You'll see sitting there, Jack Mellison just having a chat, telling him no hurry, heaps of time on the clock. And for the first time all day, the stadium has gone quiet. I am joined by John Ashahi.
Hello guys, hello Richie, how are you?
Good. Oh, your voice is smoothing. I like it.
Gotta bring in the intensity. Everyone's gone really quiet all of a sudden.
Here comes Pat. We'll
Here
follow
we
him out. So successful with his first, second attempt, 65. Steadies himself. He's done well. Success.
Very nice lift.
Back out the backstage.
So he's got one more attempt, yeah?
Yeah, so he's first lifter in the comp, but he's unfortunately no one's coming in between him, so he does have 3 consecutive lifts, which isn't a bad thing. You can learn to.
Doesn't it? Looks like we got.
No, we've got another lifter. He's
right,
jumped up, so here we go. Finn.
Is it a local?
Yep, Nelson weightlifting. Good support here for our locals.
We've had a great showing so far.
We just ripped that a little bit too quickly off the floor. He'll go out. He'll have to consider that. Do I move up?
And is that just a first lift kind of jitters, or?
I think I saw a white light pop through on that, did I?
Yes, yeah, I believe you did.
Must have been a long day for our referees.
Definitely has been.
Those first lift, you call it first lift jitters, it's probably more first lift adrenaline.
Ah, right.
The first lift, we were talking about this last week actually, is the nervous energy often makes you move that barbell just a little bit faster.
Ah, right.
And you've actually...
So you just got to calibrate. Is that what's going on backstage?
The difficulty now backstage is that you don't need to change anything from your first lift.
Oh.
It's the same process, but because you've missed it, you might now become very aware of maybe something that you'll want to give more to.
Interesting. And is that the kind of discussion you would have with your coach about just go out there, do the same thing? Yes.
Same process.
All
Here
right,
we go.
let's see how he goes.
Just settles himself. I was gonna say.
Is that maybe a bit of the overcorrection there?
That's what we call the overcorrection. So the first one is out the front. He's gone back out and he said, I'm going to give it more.
Yep.
So he's overcorrected, one out the back. So one out the front, one out the back.
Okay.
So
by
let's
logic,
place our bets
yes.
on the next lift, and hopefully it'll be one right down the middle.
I think the crowd will get behind him, and
He
hopefully
will. He's
he'll
got
make
lots
this
of
one.
support here.
And is it a matter of making the most of this time that he has? So he's got this extra minute now.
Yeah, I don't. Depends on your background and how you train. If you're used to going fast, you can go fast. If you're not used to going fast, you take the full 2 minutes. So this is not where you want to start the competition. High pressure lift now.
Yep.
Championship event. You need to get one lift in this discipline, the snatch, and he's going to have plenty of support. Let's follow him out. He's ready to go.
Crowd certainly behind him this time.
Down the middle.
Excellent. The averages work out.
Yes. Poor high pressure.
Yes, yes.
He would be pretty happy to secure that. We just missed it off camera, but he gave a big relieved high five to the coaching team.
Excellent.
So barbell is being increased in weight, and this becomes now,
what is that, 66 kgs? No, that was what
no, we've
just
got,
finished.
let's have a quick look at the scoreboard.
70 kgs, I believe.
$70 kilos, and that becomes a first attempt now for a new athlete, David from CCW. He doesn't seem to be at the sidelines though, so maybe there's a couple of changes about to come through. That's correct, it does change. So this now becomes a first attempt for Bradley from CSI.
And what would the reason behind changing your weight or your entry weight be? Because I would expect it if they're needing a bit more time, but in this case he hasn't lifted yet.
A lot of athletes will, at weigh-in, put a lower weight than what they're going to come out on. So it gives you that kind of leeway to get your warm-up correct. So if your warm-up didn't go so well, you've got a lower entry lift in,
right.
You could come out and get on the board. If the warm-up's going well, then you revert back to the original plan and you can increase it. So you can increase your starting weight twice. Here we have Bradley. So first lift.
Nice and tidy.
Coached by, I think it's Jack Wilkes at the back. He had a great competition this morning, 130 clean and jerk. Go back and watch those live streams from the earlier in the day because they'll be saved on skysportnext in the weightlifting thread. In the meantime, we have Pat. He's lining himself up for his third attempt at 70 kilos. No mucking around, he's on the platform and hands
Straight
on the
into
bar. Unfortunately, no lift there.
Fortunately, didn't quite make that one.
Just left it forward. Let's have a little look at who's going to be up next. So the bar, we've got a number of athletes coming in. We've got Ian, followed by Curtis. And then we've got what's commonly known as a traffic jam at 75.
Right.
Which is going to make it really difficult for these athletes because they might lift and then it might be 6 or 7 lifts before their next attempt, depending.
And would you continue warming up at that kind of weight, or what would be going on in an athlete's mind
Ian's
during
going
that?
like a rocket. Let's just watch this real quick. That was really good. He came out real quick.
Straight into it.
What I did like about it, he put it above his head super quick. I was waiting for him to drop it down real quick, but he was patient, waiting for that referee's down signal.
If you did drop it before the down signal, does that disqualify the lift?
So what's sitting in front of the referees on their lap, and John, you might be able to give us a look of the referees right now.
Let's do that.
So the referees, here's Jason. You'll see him holding a little box in front of him. It's got a red and a white light on it. And as the referees see the lift be executed, once they're happy with the lift and it's completed, they have to press a button. And they are 3 referees that are independently judging these. And when you get a majority decision of a good or bad lift, they'll get a down
get the
signal.
nod? Ah, okay. On to our next lifter.
Real strong start there for Curtis. Next lifter lining up, so we.
And he was on here commentating
He
with you
was
earlier
early.
before.
Here's a commentary team in the session before with me.
Not bad. You're definitely right about the community jumping in and taking on all jobs.
Oral surgeon, so obviously he's got the brains. Let's see if he's got the brawn. So we on first attempt, 75 kilograms. And he finally gets the down signal. Oh, he got it too.
Good patience there.
They made him work for that. Oh,
He had to fight there for a bit.
yeah. Took off like a rocket. Almost went over the back. Saved it. Almost went out the front. Saved it. Got his feet in line. Thought he had it. Came back down. Referee said, hey, mate, you got to work for this. So he did.
Well, definitely did well to get that one.
Yeah.
And is that maybe that adrenaline kicking in?
That
and
was
doing it?
that was a first lift jitters for sure.
Oh, well done.
I wouldn't be
First lift
surprised
unbusted.
if his next 2 lifts are much tidier than that. So we have Bradley. This is the second attempt loaded up, 75 kilos. The clock is counting down. He's going to get out, have to get out here unless they're making some changes.
Oh no, I see some activity going on here. Maybe he is coming out.
There's a coach yelling at someone at the back. I think it's the hurry up.
There we go.
Oh, he's
Yes.
got his suit down. This isn't going to be... He's going to come out here and have to lift this off the ground reasonably quick. Here he goes, hands on the bar. He's got 10 seconds. With 5 seconds to spare. Oh,
So does the lift have to be completed within that time
it
frame,
has
or does
to
it
be commenced.
commenced?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think the coach has just lost view of the scoreboard there and didn't realise it was him, and then it all happened very quickly.
Well, he did a good effort to come out and make that happen so quickly.
Here we have a first attempt for Julian, part of the strong Otago weightlifting team. Oh, straight on the bar. And that's a good first lift. Quite interested in these chaps' haircuts.
Yeah.
I know I'm not one to comment on having good hair because I've got none, but I don't know how they're lifting without being able to see.
Yeah, we can't quite see their eyes from this angle,
Yeah.
but they're doing well enough to
I'm
make
a-
it happen.
I'm a big advocate for keeping a really strong focal point. So when I go to lift, I find something to look at to keep my eyes on it. And they're starting like that, but then they're going under a...
Yes, yeah, it definitely blocks the vision.
Yeah.
Well, it hasn't stopped them so far. Now, have you noticed that compared to the North Island Championships last week, we're getting a lot of people coming out and just jumping straight onto the bar, no hesitation,
Well,
no waiting around.
it might be to do with the competition setup, because at the North Island Champs there was quite a bit of space behind the platform.
Ah, right,
So
right.
athletes could walk around the back of the platform and approach it. Whereas, because we're in a tighter environment here, pretty much you are having to walk straight on the platform, which is creating a different approach, you'd say.
Fair enough.
So just looking back at that scoreboard, again, we're about to get into new territory. A few new lifters coming to the barbell. Call is on David at the moment, and here he comes. David, a favourite amongst a lot of people. Really strong opener. Struts back off
Nicely done.
with purpose. Got a couple of first attempts, so 78 being loaded, sorry. And that becomes the first attempt for Jared Bone from VBB, which is Victory Barbell. Victory Barbell, a new club based in Christchurch. They've done a good job in getting athletes here. They had a very talented young lifter in the first session. So here comes Jared. Really good set position on him. One of those lifts where I was just looking at him from side on, I was like, he's already got this. Just beautiful back position.
And so that was quite a different lift compared to what we've been seeing. Is that just different styles, or?
It's just a power snatch. I think probably new to competition and just starting nice and light and just getting that confidence. Okay, here we have Soe. Second attempt. First one was made him work really hard. Let's see if he can make those corrections. And much better lift.
Gosh, he really drew in the crowd there. That was
He did. Everyone was-
100% focus on him in that one.
Everyone was riding that lift. They saw how hard he worked for that previous lift, so
Definitely. Well, excited to see what he brings up on his third lift.
much better line. That'll give him some confidence for his third lift. So barbell is being loaded to 79. This becomes an attempt for Ian at the moment.
So we've got quite a large contingent from Otago here.
Yeah,
Good
Otago.
effort to come out.
We've got a good club thing going on. Here's Ian. Let's follow him. No wasting time. Hands on the bar. Referees say majority decision. Good lift. Fist pump. Barbell gets reloaded. Let's have a quick look at this scoreboard, shall we?
Sounds good.
So 79 being loaded. It's for Julian. Followed by 80. Devons. So Julian doesn't appear to be lining himself up. So nobody's there, so I'm thinking there's a few changes happening.
Well, let's have a look at what's going on in the back, Cam.
Yep. Sneaking up. That's where the action's happening at the moment, not on the platform. It's happening on that back screen.
And what's happening there? Is that the coaches wanting to change weight or the athletes?
So that back platform, or that's the back change table. So the coaches, athletes coaches are signing their attempt cards back there. So that's where the coach starts to make tactical choices. They've got to quickly write down numbers and put signatures there. And it gets fed through to the computer system. And that then updates the computer system. So that, a lot of the time, is where the main action is. Oh, here we go. We've got Davins. First attempt, 80. Local lifter, Nelson weightlifting. Beautiful. Looks good to me. Double fist pump. Taps the shoulder of the coach. Well done, coach.
Now, I don't know if this is the right term, but it looked like he had fantastic posture throughout the entire
He
lift.
did. I was just looking at that from side on going, he's got it already. Just structure. Maybe I like the word structure rather than
posture. Yes,
Yeah.
structure, definitely.
And then we have Luca. Experienced lifter is Luca. 80 kilos, first attempt. He's made hard work of that. Fortunately, no lift. We'll go out back with Cullum. Let's make it just slightly forward, and it made him have to run forward underneath it.
So is that taking those steps forward a chance for you to get back underneath the bar, or?
Yeah, I think I've repeated this quite a lot in the last week or so, but I call it a game of Jenga, and you're trying to put it perfectly on top of the structure, and that wasn't quite on top, so he had to try and quickly get himself back under, but couldn't get there in time. Here's Curtis. Second attempt, 80 kilos. No lift there for Curtis. Take it back.
And now, you kind of mentioned this before, that was quite a while since his first lift. So
Yeah, so that might have been difficult for him in that waiting period. He's got to choose, do I go back out the back and do a couple of lifts, or has he been sitting around for the last 10 minutes? And I can't tell what's happened, but he'll have to come back out and have another go. Here goes Julian again. Second attempt, 80, successful with his first. He's done well, fist pump. Pretty certain he couldn't see the judges. That was a good lift, though. He looked really solid underneath that. Didn't look like it was going anywhere.
I think he blew some hair out of his way to make sure he could see what he needed to do. Excellent work,
Just looking at the back, Cullum is just standing there filing lifters out one after another.
I think your traffic jam example
He's
definitely
Luca,
accurate.
a little bit forward on his first. Let's see a correction. He does. It's a great example of correcting but not overcorrecting. Very hard to do.
Can imagine so. Yeah, it looked really tidy. He obviously went out and knew exactly what he needed to do and managed to come out and do that.
Okay, so bar is loaded for Bradley. Clock is running.
And this would be for his third attempt.
Yep. Bradley looked well prepared this time. Previously
Yes.
made a bit of a rush to the platform. supported by his teammate. Good little squad they got going on there. Fortunately, no lift. I'll have to settle.
So that was his third lift, and if you've already got one on the board, do you just, if you're feeling good, do you go out and send it, or is it just really up to what kind of strategy?
You're building your total, so the word send it is not necessarily good. You can, I'd say you'd want to send it in your clean and jerk. Snatch what you can, send it in the clean and jerk.
You can tell who the expert commentator is.
Curtis. Tall man, long way for that bar to move. And we're seeing quite a consistent pattern of misses here. Pulling it off the ground and big jumps away from the barbell, which is when you get to your third attempts, psychologically that's it's a one that you've got to overcome, is that I'm willing to go underneath it. And if there's any self-doubt, you'll see that move away from the barbell, which is kind of what I'm seeing. So it's just a commitment, or like a confidence lift. If you build that confidence by lifting these weights in training, you'll often find yourself under the barbell rather than away from the barbell. Bar is being loaded to 82. This is called for Jared. It'll be a second attempt. So I'll just give everybody at home a little bit of time to look at the scoreboard. Thank you for joining us. We've got a viewer from Colombia, Weightlifting Nation of Colombia.
Oh, that's excellent. We've got some love from around the
A
world.
few people online. Let us know where you're watching from. That'd be great. In the meantime, we have Jared, Victory Barbell, Christchurch. He does well, I know. You're looking at that from front on. He did get that quite far back. Held onto it.
And I noticed one judge gave the red flag. Is there anything you saw that you would be able to point out that may have explained that?
I was looking at him from side on, and it looked okay from side on. Maybe there was a slight elbow press. And we have Ian. He's 2 from 2. Doesn't waste any time to get on the bar, that's for sure. Whoa, unfortunately that's no lift. And that barbell takes off. Bar loader up like a rocket.
Excellent save from our loader. There he is.
National sprint champion for a second there, reliving his childhood. Saved the centre referee. We've got people watching from around the country. Andy, welcome. Barb and Vicago. We've got Ollie from Tauranga. It's good to have you all online. Make sure you're sharing this. Copy and paste the YouTube link into your Facebook. Share it with your friends and family. We're down here in Nelson at the South Island Weightlifting Championships. We have David. He's looked good today. Takes a step.
Nicely done.
Referees, majority decision. Looked a little bit soft on one of those elbows. Coach's team said, forget about it, move on. Look at this loading team go. Like a Formula One tyre change.
Oh, well, less than 2 seconds. Well done to our loaded today. Why does the, even though the weight hasn't changed, they did need to tighten it there. Maybe after this lift you can give some insight there.
So we made a good correction in the second. If he gets this set right, he'll be okay. He'll be happy with that.
Lovely work. Oh, unlucky.
Oh, majority decision. Oh, he'll be gutted. That's a good lift, though. I thought it was pretty powerful. Must have been an elbow.
Yeah, can't quite see it from our angle, unfortunately, but I'm sure he'll come out with the clean and jerks and give plenty more.
Yep. Yep, we're only halfway through. It's the thing. You miss your last snatch, you've got to just literally walk off and forget about it because you can't change anything. You got to. So, third attempt now for Julian. He's looked good. He's got a good setup on him. Yeah, he's pumped.
Well done.
Arms up celebration, but Declan just walked off.
Yeah.
I think he was looking for the high five and coach was gone.
So he kind of paused in the bottom of that for a while. Is that just to find that balance before he pushes over?
I think that was another one where he did have to chase that forward, so he held it and then it just drifted on him. So then he had to stand and run. Here's Luca. Luca did well on his second. Good correction. Here's 84. He's an experienced lifter. Wait for the referees. Good lift.
Nicely done. Managed to save that
Doing
with
well.
a foot to spare.
We're a weightlifting competition, but there is a lot of running happening at the moment. Come on, chaps, get this line right. Sit that bar on top. So we've got a few changes coming through. We've got Devons, 85 going on the bar for Devons, followed by Jared, same weight. Then we'll probably move to David. And then we've got, again, another little traffic jam at around 100 kilos. We've done well. Call is on Devons. Hometown lifter. He's done well.
Nicely done.
I do like his lifting style. He's really good lifting.
Seems to be able to sit into it quite nicely on that lift, is that right?
Yeah, he's just flexible. And structure.
Structure. So there's that.
You call it posture, but structure, yeah.
Yeah, no. I like structure. That sounds much better than posture. Let's stick with that.
So we've just got the barbell. It's loaded to 85. Will be on.
Looks like we've got Jared coming
here,
out.
Jared. Probably one from one of our newest affiliated barbell clubs. Vicky in the back coaching. Jared's looked very powerful. He's done 2 from 2 power snatches. Hands on the bar. That's his best. Well done.
Yeah, looks like that looks pretty comfortable.
Yeah, looked good. Really good. So, not many people lined up ready to go at the back, so let's go back to the main platform. Sandy, it is a bit warmer in here than last weekend. It was a bit brisk this morning.
Yeah, not too bad, but -1 last week was definitely felt.
Yep.
A lovely day we're having, though.
There's David. No wasting any time. He's 2 from 2. There we go. Forward on that one, unfortunately.
And was that just too far forward for him to get under?
Yeah, just that's the best way to say it, is just left it too far forward. Pull was all right, but just left it forward. That loader's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, especially given they just finished competing.
Well, both of them just lifted so well in the previous session. I was very impressed with Lou, who's one of the loading team. Here's Lee Attrell, well, a stalwart of New Zealand weightlifting, Lee. He's been coaching all morning, and now he's going to have a lift. Nice, powerful opening.
That looked very snappy.
Lee's been lifting a long time. Once held the New Zealand under 18 records. Was one of the strongest junior lifters in the country. Now he's been coaching for many years down in Christchurch. CSI, Canterbury Strength Institute.
Yeah, we had quite a few of them in the first session, right?
Yeah, he was filing lifters out this morning.
Well, he did a great job.
This is Devon's third attempt. He's 2 from 2. Oh, just over the back. He's happy. Coaching team supporting him. I think we're going to see some good stuff from him in the clean and jerks.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Still quite a way to go. We've still got some people we haven't had first attempts on yet.
Yeah, we have one of them, Tim. 93 kilos. Another taller athlete. Great form. That'll give him good confidence to start the day. Looks like Douglas Taccone Fraser out there helping him. So he's in good hands with Douglas. We'll go back to the platform. More weight going on the bar.
Now, you mentioned it was tougher for taller athletes. Is that to do with the distance they have to cover?
Well, probably the easiest way to put it is the less distance you have to move it, the easier it is.
Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Wouldn't they, because they're taller, they have more
leverage?
Yeah.
They have good levers. So you often find taller athletes with longer levers are better at the snatch discipline than the clean and jerk. Whereas people with long torso, short limbs, they pack a bit more power and end up favouring the clean and jerk.
Interesting. We'll see how that develops.
That moved pretty quick. Oh, like a rocket. The old man's still got some power in him yet. It's a great lift, Lee. Well done.
That was great.
Showing these young blokes how to lift. Woo-wee. Good power off. He just drags it into a good spot and then hits the accelerator. Bar's getting loaded to more. It becomes 97 going on the bar, becomes the second attempt for Tim.
We're creeping up to our 3-digit mark.
Whereas he's out the back, hiding behind, here he is, as I said, longer athlete. Beautiful form on his first lift. It was good, but slightly forward.
And in this time where he goes out back, is he thinking about his lift, or is he chatting with the coach, or is it just kind of depending on your character?
I don't know. Sometimes you just like a bit of silence, but I think Doug will be out there going, finish your pull, and he's got to be careful that he doesn't throw the next one over the back, that overcorrection. So, again, these loaders doing a lot of work today. By the way of technology, I can show you around a little bit. Let's have a quick look out the back. There we go. I've even got some spectators. Have a look over here. There you go. And Lee is ready, so let's go back to the main platform. Nice work.
Well done. What a joy to watch. That was fantastic.
That's exciting to watch, isn't it?
We've definitely been treated to some action so far, and we haven't even made it to halfway yet.
Let's have a little look at the scoreboard for everyone. We are getting down towards our final athletes in the first half. We do have a number of people at 105, so that'll be... We have Tim, he's got one last lift. Tim's looked good. Now, Tim is going to have to make a correction from that previous lift. Let's hope he gets the line right. Lots of support for him. He did make the correction and then it just rolled back forward on him a bit. So, gets a cuddle for his efforts.
And so he had made the correction. He was, from what I saw,
I think he just jumped back a little bit. The line was good, but the shift back in his jump left that bar still slightly forward, and it's so hard when it's this heavy. It just comes back down. I think I was about to say it before. It's like a game of Jenga.
Yes, you did.
But at that final stage of Jenga, when it's like teetering,
even the smallest wobble,
smallest displacement of weight forward, it just comes down. So we're playing final round of Jenga every lift right now. 105 kilos on the bar. This is a first attempt for Curran. I'd say he's going to move up. He's an experienced lifter. I think he's just playing bluff with 105. He's not.
Nope.
He's
Good
not at
call.
the platform.
There's a lot of activity going on in the back.
There is activity going on in the back. Let's have a look.
Quick look.
So everybody moved from 105. So now we have a game of poker. Everyone was holding their card saying, I'm going to open, and then they all shifted. So the call is actually on Johan. And here he comes. He is also a very experienced lifter.
Very tidy lift there.
And makes light work of that. Strong.
A good way to open up.
Curran Parra not wasting any time. He's chalking, saying, I'm ready to go. He hasn't got his lifting suit up though. Lifting in a t-shirt.
No,
Yeah,
he must have heard you, Richie.
He got told off, I think. I think he forgot about it for a second because he had his belt done up.
There we go.
Puts the belt back on. It's unusual for an athlete to snatch with the belt on. Usual for a clean and jerk, but it's 45 seconds on the clock. He's taking his time. Let's follow him out.
A lot of support from here today.
Good lift. Well, this is going to be an interesting competition. Look at these loaders go.
Just going back to a point you made earlier, Richie, why is the belt not used in the snatch typically?
Generally because you're not bearing load through your midsection for a period of time. Clean, obviously you're taking the weight to the shoulders and having to stand up and then provide force through the torso to get the jerk overhead, but for a snatch it's more of a leverage movement. Here we have Kieran. First attempt, so this gives him a commanding position. It's a good first attempt for Kieran. He'll be happy with that.
Nicely done.
So I've just been informed that this next attempt is a New Zealand youth. Oh, we've got a couple of changes coming through. So let's have a look at the scoreboard real quick. So the call is on Curran. Obviously Curran isn't a youth athlete, born in 1997. The call when it moves to Johan will be a New Zealand youth record.
Right, looks like we got a few changes.
Yep.
And
everyone playing their
some
game.
activity going on here. Here we go.
Who's out the back? Who's the call on? Curran.
I didn't see him out the back though. Let's see who comes out.
Well, the clock is running. Oh, no, he made a change.
There we go.
So the call is on Kieran. I think we're going to see a few more changes coming out the back. I'm just going to leave the scoreboard up for a little bit so everyone can have a read, figure it out.
Cool.
No, here we go.
We've got some chalking out.
This is a New Zealand youth record attempt. Looked good in his first New Zealand youth record attempt. And left it forward slightly.
It looked like he came back on his heels a bit there.
Yeah, just again that jump back. You know, it's a bit of a technique that is taught sometimes, the pull back, jump back, but if you pull straight and jump back, it leaves it out the front. It's a close, what we call a close miss though, so he will no doubt have the ability to try and do that one more time. He does get 2 minutes on the clock. So do they choose to move up a little bit, or do they stay on the same weight? So here we have the scoreboard again.
Would you choose to go up in weight to give yourself more time, or?
Well, if he does want more time, he's got two athletes at 114. So my decision would be, if I was an athlete pretty tired, I'd probably go to run the clock down to a little bit and then change it. But he's not. He's into it. And Bit of an overcorrection, unfortunately. One forward, one back. We've seen that a few times today.
Well, that concludes his snatch portion of the session. But we'll see what he can do when he comes up with the clean and jerks.
So we've got 2 lifters remaining in the competition. They are Kieran and Curran, lifting in different divisions. Curran's in the 81. Now, this could be quite a significant lift for Curran because he has currently a 1 kilogram lead over Johan, and this will buy him space in the clean and jerk because he's got a low entry for his clean and jerk and Johan's got a large entry for his clean and jerk. So this is where you can actually win the competition, is creating a bit of space.
And is that something that they're tactically thinking about as well, or are they very focused on the snatch?
You'd just be focused on the snatch at this point, but it's in the back of your mind. Did look good in his first. Here we go. He's done well.
Nicely done. Bit of a smile there at the end.
I don't know who he was chatting to. Was that his mum or something that he was having a chat to when he came out?
I'm not entirely sure, but still managed to get the lift. 2 of 3 judges.
So that does give him now some breathing space. Well, not breathing space, but 115. So that gives him a 7 kilo lead over Johan now. And he's got the opportunity to even extend that more. Kieran, though, he's got a pretty good lead in the men's 89s. Here he comes. Let's follow him out. And there goes our national sprint champion again.
Fantastic. I couldn't catch him with the camera. That's how quick he was.
So I hope if he plays rugby, that man would be hard to stop. He's a rocket. An absolute rocket.
Well done.
Whew. Like a cannonball just coming straight at you.
Straight out. Save the ref. Save the photographer.
Save my camera.
Yeah, save the camera.
What I'm most nervous about. I'm not nervous about centre referee Jason. I'm hoping that he's not going to take off because he's going to leave my camera vulnerable.
Got to look after that camera.
Yeah. I've just seen a bit of a replay. Beautiful view of his derriere right on the front camera. So we have...
Oh, going to 117.
Okay, so he's chosen to move up. Oh, Kieran moved up to 17. Curran's got 17. Does Curran take 17? That's the question. It's a nice, conservative, safe move for him, but I'm not seeing him, so I'm thinking it's moving up. He did a 6 kilo jump first. 17, still there, the clock's still running down. What's happening? I'm not seeing any movement.
See a bit of activity with the computer at the back. Oh no.
Let's have a
Oh,
look.
if this is him, then
He's running out of time. I think they missed a change. Okay, so we've got a technical. They changed it, didn't come through on the scoreboard, so they're going to stop it anyway. So sometimes things take a little bit of time with technology. So,
okay, looks like we got that changed.
okay, so it did change. So Curran has moved to 18. This is Kieran on 17. He moved up from 15 after a miss. He's come out a bit quicker. Very similar to his previous lift, unfortunately.
Didn't quite have it there. Now he made his first lift, correct?
Correct. So he ends up back after missing 15, 17, back at 110.
110.
However, he's quite clear in that category, so it's I don't think it's too much he needs to worry about. Curran is ready. Again, this is, I think quite an important lift. I know he's quite far clear of Johan, but this just gives him so much to play with in the second half of the competition. He looks like he's taking this one pretty seriously. Oh, that would have been a save and a half.
Yeah.
All the referees just about took off again.
My goodness, they almost had it. He wasn't too far off.
He wasn't too far off. Let's have a look at the scoreboard because that's taken us to the halfway point of this competition. Oh, a lot of red on those third attempts. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them got their last attempt, so a lot of them pushing into new territory. We will come back in approximately 10 minutes for the start of the clean and jerks.
Exciting, looking forward to it.
Well, welcome back. We have just over 30 seconds before the first lift in the clean and jerk of the final session of day one, session 3, which is the men's 81 and 89 kilo division.
So looking forward to see what they can bring for the second part of the session. First part was action-packed for sure.
Action-packed. Hopefully you'll see a lot of red on that scoreboard. We don't want that much red in the clean and jerks. And we'll see how we go. Welcome to, you're speaking with, quick introduction to everybody, John Shahi and Richie Patterson. We are going to lead you out for the final day. The clock has got down to 0. The bar is loaded to 85, and the call will be on Pat. I'm just waiting for our referees to get back to their seats.
A lot of activity here today.
Here we go. So referee is back at the seat, and we are starting the clock. Clock has started. Comp begins. So here we have Pat, first attempt to lead off the clean and jerks. Sets his feet up. A lot of noise in the room. And we get underway with a success. And good lift. Fist pumps and pats on the back. Pats on Pat's back.
Oh, off to a good start for Pat. He was 2 for 3 in the snatch.
Yep.
Let's see how he goes.
Switch over to the main platform. The bar had the automatic increment. No, people are moving up. There's 90 kilos needs to be loaded on the bar. 90 on the bar.
This will bring out Ian Little for his first lift.
Yep. Okay. The camera's just trying to find its focus. Hopefully it locked itself on that. Let's go back to the main platform. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, and then I'm gonna set it and lock the focus on it, so we're good now. There we go. Nice punchy jigger. He's pretty chuffed. What's back off in a hurry. Fist pump.
Did nicely there.
So I am joined by John. John is the developer of Lift Leader, who is our entry system now for our championship events. And it's been thrown in the deep end of weightlifting. I'm guessing you're learning to love it.
I definitely love it. And I guess that was a lot of the reason why we kind of started this whole thing. As we see Sui come in for his first lift.
He looked powerful in his snatches, struggled to be accurate with it. Let's see how he goes with his clean and jerk. Makes light work of that one. That's a good start for him. Majority decision.
Yeah, that looked pretty good.
A little shimmy on the elbow. That's the thing. Now, the referees have seen you before, and when you have a little bit of a rusty snatch, they often are a little bit harsher straight off the bat when they're in the clean and jerk.
And is that
You've
for-
set an expectation.
Ah, I see. Oh, there's a lot that goes into it. And so they're watching eagerly as we have Bradley come out.
And Bradley with the power jerk. And team out the back. Team out the front.
And is the power jerk just a preference rather than going for the split?
Yeah, I think it is a preference, but he looked well in control of that, so I don't think he's going to have any issues. Here we have Pat Connell, second attempt. Oh, look at that for a side-out lock. He got given the early down signal, so he didn't give it to him. What do you see there, John?
Looked all right from my angle. Not too sure what went there. We still haven't got a clear confirmation of what that was. Unfortunately, not too sure what that was, Richie, but perhaps a bend of the elbows, or he pressed it out.
It must have been.
Let's see if hopefully he can correct that, as he is scheduled to come out next.
Well, while we're waiting, I'll just give everybody the opportunity to look back at the scoreboard for a little bit. So let's have a look at what's going on backstage. Call is currently on Pat because he did miss that, and he is electing to take the same weight, so the clock is counting down. Next lifter, Curtis, will be out for his first, and then probably Luca. So here we have Pat. Third attempt. Another taller lifter, so it's got to go a long way.
They look tidy. 3 white flags.
Loaders have done a great job keeping this comp running pretty quickly. Here we have Curtis for a first attempt at 91. Looks good.
Nicely done.
Coach gives him a clap, nods his head. What would you like next? Bar moves to 92. Is the automatic increment. Automatic increment being for Curtis.
Now he was putting a bit of chalk on his shoulder there. Does the bar eventually give you rash there, or?
It just if you are nervous and a bit sweaty, it can slip on the shoulder. So that's a good way to just get rid of that little bit of sweat, make it a bit grippier. Usually you'll see a lot of people put a t-shirt under their lifting chute when it comes to the clean and jerk. So they may snatch without a t-shirt underneath the suit, and then they come out for a clean and jerk. So here's an example. He's got a t-shirt underneath, which will help with that front rack position. And he left that over the back, but he almost didn't step out of the way of it. You would have heard everyone's heart skip a beat then.
I was worried. He didn't look worried at all.
That wasn't the thud of the barbell, that was the thud of all of our hearts. If you're going to drop it behind you, you move out of the way. I'll give you that advice if you're watching.
Expert tips.
Because 93 odd kilos landing on top of you doesn't usually end well.
My goodness.
Okay, Bradley. Come on, Bradley. We need some inspiration. Bradley's done exceptionally well today. Good work, Bradley. Coaches will be happy. Nod of approval. More weight goes on the bar.
Now, so I'm lifting his toes there just at the end. Is that just a matter of that weight shifting him back? Or?
Yeah, so it's hard to see from the front angle, but it just takes the weight off the front of the foot, and you can get that drive through the heels a little bit better. Often you'll hear a coach yell the cue, heels, as the individual goes to do the jerk. It just allows you to take the weight through the body better rather than forward.
And is that why we see a lot of the lifting shoes tend to have a bit of a decline on them to give a higher heel?
The higher heel, yeah. So it does actually, well, the higher heel actually promotes a better squat position. So it promotes the knee forward. Many athletes struggle with good dorsiflexion, so that helps kind of, I guess, provide a tool. So second attempt 95. First one looked powerful. Let's see him set this up. That was a good look. Much better on that one. Referees don't need to think about that anymore.
Oh, looking very punchy.
Yeah, it looks good. I was lucky enough. So we popped into functional a few weeks back, and I got to take him through a little bit of my philosophy behind weightlifting.
Is this for one of the courses that you offer, Richie?
No. He came in for a personal training session.
Oh, nice.
While he was up. Here's Finn. He's a local lifter. I'm sure he's enjoying this support.
Big joy.
A much better attempt for everybody involved.
Nicely done.
So, call is on Bradley, Canterbury Strength Institute. Here we go. This is his final attempt. 95 kilograms. This is a milestone lift for some young athletes. Two plates on the bar. Looks good in photos, as I say. So this is the one that you want above your head. Oh, not today. I think that wasn't strength issue. I think that was a confidence one. It'll take a little bit of time to build the confidence on those. He's had a good day, though. It was quite good to watch, that young man.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing him again in the future. Ends the day quite nicely.
He's quickly loaded.
Yeah, there's not much
Who we got coming in
downtime
now?
in between, is there?
It's
Straight into the next one.
going quickly. We might be out of here for dinner. Ian, 96. Straight on the bar. Good clean. Resets himself. Oh, love that. Just a real solid dip and just flicks that bar off his shoulders.
Fantastic. Making it look a lot easier than it is.
And he looks like he's got a good foundation. I reckon he's got some pretty big squats because he just dipped so well and just returned quite powerfully. Who's coming out? We've got Curtis, bars loaded, 97 kilos, second attempt.
Well, been a while since his first lift.
Yeah, again, this is the difficulty of championship events. There's potentially some really long time between each lift. Solid was the call, solid was the lift.
Very nice.
Coach is nodding his head out the back. I agree, he says.
There's quite a dip before he drived. That's
Yeah, he's,
split up.
again, taller athlete. You would have seen the previous lift, he had a very short, sharp dip because he didn't need to elevate the bar so high. Shorter arms. Curtis, long way to go. So
Bit more, yeah.
you'll find that he had a bigger dip to compensate. Here's Finn, final attempt, 97 kilos. He's in. Hard work. So close, just slightly
Unfortunate.
forward.
Yes. Did well to get their clean up.
Gets a pat on the back for his efforts. Okay. We have 100 kilograms going on the barbell. Give you time. The comp's moving so quickly. We haven't even had a chance to look at the back. This does bring in a number of new athletes. We've got callers on David, followed by Luca. Then probably going back to So Wee and Ian. Curtis. Traffic jam. Lots of noise out the back.
Yes. I was going to ask about that.
Boomfer.
As we get
Okay. So who's coming?
it looks like Luca.
Does look like Luca.
There we
Means a
go.
lot of people are changing.
A lot of support for Luca today as he makes his way for his first attempt.
So as I said, Luca's a pretty experienced athlete. See him line up this first lift. That's pretty good to me. So Luca struggled a little bit with the snatch, but like I was saying, how's the best way to say this kindly? The shorter athletes generally are more successful in the clean and jerk. It's a generalization
For sure.
from me.
There's always an exception, right?
Yeah, there is. But I've always thought that taller athletes, they generally do really well in the snatch, but the shorter athletes, they don't have that bar to go very far overhead in this jerk element. You just see so much more control usually. So he's done well. Who's this? So this is for 3 from 3. He's looked good. His second lift was his best. Let's see if he can put weigh number 3. 101 kilograms. Strong clean. Looks good to me.
Looks really good. Well done. He's very happy with himself there. Oh, that was a pleasure to watch that.
Usually you get given a high five. He threw that high five out, yeah? It's like someone gives someone a good high five when they've done well, but he was like, I'm going to give my coach the high five as I walk off the bat.
Well, he definitely deserved it. It was a fantastic lift.
Here's Ian. Ian's not waiting around either. I don't even think Ian's coach can keep up with him. Here we go. Straight on the bar. Nice one. Beautiful. And he's off the platform just as fast as he's on the platform.
Nice. We're seeing a bit of
all the athletes seem to be patting their coaches on the back now. How are we going at home? I'm not seeing any comments coming through. Let me know where you are watching from. Throw some support at these athletes because they deserve it. They've worked really hard to get to this championship event. You are watching the men's 81 and 89 at the South Island Weightlifting Championships. Here is Curtis. He's coming out for his last lift. Third attempt, 102. Good lift.
Well done.
For the young man.
What did Curtis open on, Richie?
Curtis open on. Let's give everybody the scoreboard. He's had a good day. So Curtis was successful right there. Trying to find him on the scoreboard. 102. He opened at 91. So he ended up. That's a good jump.
That is a very good jump.
177 kilo total.
Yeah, because there was quite a gap between seeing him between the first and second.
Yeah, he's had
once again.
this clean and jerk competition has probably lasted a good 40 minutes for him. That's,
well done. That's one way to end it.
Here we go. Julian. Oh, good jerk. Moves the hair back out of his face. Yeah. Has a look at the scoreboard. Did I get it or not?
Now, just before he finished, he took in a deep breath. Is that just part of a way to get his chest out, or is there a...
Well, just you've got to recognise that the lungs sit under the rib cage and the ribs connect to the mid-spine, thoracic spine. So when you set your breath up nice and tight like that, it actually stabilises your back.
Ah, right.
So what we call setting your back, setting your position. Well, everybody is still watching. Welcome. Nice to have you, Mad World from Fiji. Andy James is busy watching. Yeah, we do have people watching. It's nice for you to join in with me on the chat.
Yeah, awesome to get some feedback.
Me and John sitting here talking to ourselves, but it is good to talk to you at home. Make sure that you do copy and paste the link into your Facebook so we can get some more people to watch these final lifts of the clean and jerk of the South Island Championships, day 1. We are here tomorrow as well. We have another 2 sessions tomorrow.
Still plenty of action.
Plenty of action. Who's lining up? We've got Luca. Luca on his second attempt, 105. His first clean and jerk looks spot on. I like his lifting in the clean and jerk. He's looked solid. He gets given the early down signal. That's never good. No.
Yeah, I think that was the right elbow press out.
Yeah.
Not 100%, but
I just cut to a nice tight shot of him. That bar up. It's good, quite good. A good shot. Lets everyone see the front rack position coming out. How they set it up for the jerk. We've got Zoe cheering for Davis and Finn. Splice above me. Does that mean you're watching upstairs? You're in house. Rona, Curtis is getting some. Oh, Curtis. I think Curtis is the crowd favourite here. Everyone commenting. 107 being loaded on the bar. Shout out to our loaders. Well, while we're shouting out, we can shout out to some of our sponsors as well. Mitre 10 from Nelson. We've got Fitzgerald Construction. Planned well, built better. Raised lower. Knee sleeves and belts. Go and get them. Good strong clean. Oh, what do the referees say? They gave him the down signal.
yeah.
Oh, majority decision, no lift.
Unfortunate.
Let's give everybody the chance to just look at the scoreboard again.
As the bar gets retightened.
So we've got Luke up. He's moved up. So he missed 105. It did look comfortable, so it was a technical. So I think he will be comfortable to go heavier. Here he comes. Let's go and have a watch. He did well, and he put himself in all sorts of trouble right
my
there.
heart was racing there.
Yep, because his number fell off on the clean, and his foot went right on top of it. So effectively, he was doing a jerk on ice right then.
Really was, yeah.
You may
Well
have seen
done
his
to-
back foot slip a little bit. That was a series of events that could have gone slightly astray. Here we go.
Glad nothing unfortunate happened.
Julian, 107. He's looked good. Let's try and get some good close-up shots of Julian before he does his jerk here. Oh, it looks good. That was, I think, the first time he's stuck. The first time that I think he got his hair out of his eyes before he went to do a jerk, which usually helps a lot.
Oh, you can see him celebrating there. That was a great lift. And that concludes his session.
Loaders.
Still a few more people to come out for their first attempts, so
Yep.
a lot of action still to come.
What have we got? Do I have time to show everyone the scoreboard? Yeah, we're not even halfway through this. This is a big session. We are into new territory though, because all of these lifters are coming out for their first lifts now. First up we have David. Let's have a look at David. He's walking out with a fair bit of intent. Going through his visuals first. Nice smile there. And good lift.
Really drew in the crowd for that one.
He
It was
did.
nice and silent.
There's a good crowd in here too.
Yeah, great crowd.
I think we should probably even have a look at the crowd if I spun it round. Can I do that?
Well, let's see if I can get to it before you
Yep.
do. Oh,
Yes, a bit of the crowd. People watching upstairs as well.
go.
John. Yep.
All right, let's get back into the action.
I got to get back on the main platform pretty quick because we've got someone about to go. Here we go. Jared's having a good day.
He really is. That was
Having
nice.
a great day.
Nice and punchy.
Majority decision. His snatches look really powerful as well. I do know that he is from Victory Barbell, which is a new affiliate, which makes me think that he hasn't got a lot of experience under his belt in terms of competition. So he'll be quite enjoying this.
Well, he's put on a good performance so far.
So fair bit of changing going on.
So our loaders dispatch quickly and get that weight adjusted.
Well, Jared's got some support from the Victory Barbell team at Snap Fitness in New Brighton, Christchurch. Here we go, Devon setting himself up. I've liked his lifting before. I think he's going to be good. This is the first time I've seen him in the clean and jerk. Yep. One of the loaders beside me saying, "Oh yes, I agree."
Once again, looking very sharp.
Really sharp. Every time I spin this camera around, I lose a little bit of focus. Can't set it. Okay.
Oh, as we got Lee coming out.
Well,
For
Lee's
his first lift.
no mucking around. Oh, speed. Let's have a look. Looks good. Referees say yes. Quick little close-up on Lee as he's holding it overhead. Pretty good. Thanks, Kirsty. Yes, it is Jared's second competition ever.
My goodness.
Yeah, he's
Well done.
He's doing bloody well.
Oh, you only guessed that from the affiliation, but couldn't really tell from how he was lifting. So excellent work to Jared.
Yep.
And nice to hear from the team supporting him. I'm sure as Jared watches this back, he'll be able to see all those comments, right, Richie?
Yeah, he will be able to. Hopefully he does watch them back. He should be very proud of how he's lifting today. Vicky out the back as well. Do a little bit of work with Vicky online. Good coach. She's doing good work with her team today. Fantastic lifted this morning. Let's follow him out. There goes Jared. Second attempt, 112. That left elbow looked just a little bit soft on that one.
Fortunately, didn't get that one.
No, he didn't. Let's go back to the scoreboard. I'll try and sort out this side camera. He's not playing playing ball with me, this side camera. Let's try and set it. That, set. Lock the focus. Okay. I think I've sorted it. Let's have a look back.
Alrighty, how's that looking?
It's looking better.
That's good. That's what we want to hear.
So who have we got to see? That's what I'll have a look at. We've still got a number of athletes, still 4 to come into the competition. This is a little bit of a tussle for 3rd place though. He's looked good. David in his first. He's pumped with that one.
And a big smile as he makes his way back. Well done.
Loaders jump up, go again. Generally the last session of every day requires a lot of work from the loaders, and today is no different. If you are joining us, welcome to the South Island Weightlifting Championships. Thank you skysportnext for giving us this channel to stream through. We really appreciate it. Love taking weightlifting around the world. If you are watching, let us know where you're watching. Here we go.
For his 3rd and final attempt.
Jared's done exceptionally well. Get him behind him on the live stream. Come on. He's got to set himself. That looks better. That looks better.
Sounds
Referees
good.
agree.
Yes.
2-1. You take it.
Yeah.
It's
Well
a pat on
done.
the back by Vicky. Well done.
That-
2nd ever weightlifting comp. What a comp to be at for your 2nd event.
Straight into it, right?
A lot of people struggle just to get onto the club platform, let alone a championship platform. So he's done really
well.
well.
Done to Jared.
So bar is loaded now to 114. This is the 2nd attempt for David. I'd say he's going to move up. I'm going to let everybody have a look at the scoreboard real quick.
Perhaps a bit more time for him as he...
Oh, he's got 13, so I think he's just making a couple of strategic changes. So he snatched 83, and Devon snatched 85. So David's got 2 kilos. So David took the lead with 113. Devon's, if successful, will bring it back. Curran has got 115, and I highly doubt Curran's going to take this lift because he snatched 115. I have seen this happen before, but I highly doubt we're going to see that now.
Well, so far it's just a lot of activity on the computer.
And
We'll
then
see
you've
what
got
goes on.
Johan. So you're potentially looking at Johan and Curran. Johan, Curran. Johan, Curran. And then the battle is for 3rd.
Okay,
It is for 3rd. So if Devons gets this, he moves back likely into 3rd. This is a big lift. Big lift. Let's have a look. He's quick to the bar. I've liked his lifting today.
Yeah, it's been very impressive.
Oh, how good's that? Beautiful.
Lovely.
Yep. Let's put him in a commanding position. We'll look at the back, see what everyone's doing. Actually, let's look at the scoreboard because it's quite interesting. Because you're going to have to see some tactical changes now.
Yeah, so walk us through this. What are they going to be
Okay,
thinking
so
about?
Devons had the lead with 85. David took the lead with 13. So David needs 3 on that. So David needs to go to 18. So no doubt the call is on David now, but we won't see him come out. I'd hope not.
And just as you said,
He goes to 18.
yes.
Good. So if David gets 18, that throws him back into third and puts the pressure on Devons to be successful on his last. So these next two lifts are critical. Who takes it?
Extra bit of pressure on
Who
these
gets on
ones.
the podium? I know the other two guys still have to come into the comp, but this is for your medal. This is likely for third place. And David gets to set it. So let's have a watch. Here he comes. Pressure lift. He's approaching it with some pizzazz.
A lot of energy.
He's got the clean. Oh, it was forward.
So
Oh,
close.
so close. Oh, that would have made for such a good next lift because it would have been a pressure lift. Okay, so we've had a couple of changes come back. So let's have a look out the back again. What's happening on the scoreboard?
Still reeling from that last one.
I'm getting excited.
A lot
We've
of
got
action.
Lee taking the 10-kilo jump, and then that throws it back to Devons. But Devons, by way of David missing that, has secured minimum third place. Okay, so now we have Lee Attrell. Here we go. Lee's look fantastic today. Really powerful. She's done a great job coaching as well.
Definitely been a full-on day for him.
Just ran out of petrol on that.
Not quite. How much of a factor does fatigue start to play
Yeah,
in
it starts
now?
to play now, especially if you're a Masters athlete. This is a long competition for Lee. Like you saw, he took a 10-kilo jump, which is a big jump, but then you've got all of those other athletes lifting in between those 10
So
kilos.
it has been a while since we've seen it.
Sometimes the 5-kilo jump is wise for your first two because it keeps the kind of momentum in the competition. So this is Devons. He's already secured third minimum. This would have been the lift required had David been successful, but let's see if it will happen. Oh, it's good too. Oh, unfortunately, no
Not
lift.
quite. However, still good turnout for him today.
He's been well. That was a good battle. Like that's how you want.
Yeah.
That's how you want an event to go. Loader's getting excited because we've got two reds going on the bar. 126 kilograms being loaded. Again, thanks for joining us. We are coming live from Nelson Weightlifting for the weekend. We are back tomorrow with 2 more sessions live for the South Island Weightlifting Championships. Massive thanks to skysportnext for giving us this platform. And our sponsors for the weekend. Sponsors for the weekend, Ray's Lower, Fitzgerald Construction, Mitre 10 Nelson. A few others in there as well.
Definitely. We're so grateful to have him on board. It's the sponsorship and the support from the communities that really make these kind of events happen. And obviously
Massive amount of sponsors for the North Island, so it's great to see people are getting behind these events, and hopefully we're doing a good job at showing your way to the country. The reach is greater now than just sitting in the audience. We can take this around the world. I see we had someone from Colombia earlier. We had the UK watching. We had Fiji.
Yes.
Here we go. Tim, first lift. So he's been waiting patiently out the back. his snatching movement looked really good, so I'll be interested to see how well he does in the clean and jerk. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Quite.
Everybody said it. Oh, no. Had a real wide split on him.
Very
Brought him.
wide split. I was just about to ask you about that. Is that
It's not
very typical, would you
not
say?
typical, yeah. And then he just rushed his feet back together and left the barbell in front.
Ah, right.
So he looked like, I know on the live stream, it looked like he secured it. But it was actually forward and he brought his feet back. So it just come back down.
Perhaps a bit too rushed there.
So we sit patiently again.
Now, does an athlete have to bring their feet together?
They do. So
Yes.
that's what he was trying to achieve right then. He had it secured and then brought his feet back because the referees will only give you the down signal until your feet are lined up
Ah, okay.
and you demonstrate control. And fortunately, no control there was demonstrated. Well, we've got a bit of time, so let's look back at the scoreboard again. So the call is on a new athlete, Current Power. He's got a buffer of, what are we? He got 15, so he's got 7 kilo lead over Johan. But he's coming in at 128, and Johan's coming at 35. So we're going to see, are we going to see Curran set a clean and jerk and give Johan the chance to go over the top of it? I'm going to have to go to the side platform to follow him out. So we've got a couple of changes.
Cool.
Here is Curran. 128. So this is maybe smart. Get on the board, get your total,
And then put the pressure on
and
the...
then put the pressure on. Yep, make smart decisions thereafter. He's looked strong. He is strong. I know he's strong. Makes light work of the clean. Oh, saves it.
Nicely done.
Saves it. He was running out of petrol. Yeah. Well, I thought he was going to put that down. Usually when the curtains come down like that,
Yeah.
you'd get rid of it, but he managed to bring himself back.
Well, he did well. The time signal went off as well. They may have
Oh, they
played a
forgot,
factor
they
in throwing him
forgot to
off.
stop the clock. Everyone was just too busy watching the weightlifting. He did lift it before the clock stopped.
So as long as you've started,
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
So
right?
loaders are tightening everything up. So this is now going to have to be quite tactical from Current, because, like I said, you've got Johan sitting at 35. If Johan takes 36, he gets the lead. So now, if I was Current, I would probably move towards 32, 33. Now that I've seen Johan move to 40 on the scoreboard, Johan needs 7. So I would move through to 34.
Just to push him over?
Just to push him over 40, because he might be out of changes, you never know, and he might be stuck at 140.
Right.
And if Curran went to 34, that would make Johan's first attempt push him into second place automatically. So this is where you're looking at the cards out the back. What's happening out the back? Can you zoom in out the back?
Let's zoom in and have a look. Kind of blocked,
yeah,
but
we're all
we've
blocked.
got 4 or 5 people
But
around the
that's what's
computer there.
I'd hope that's what's happening. Everybody's trying to figure out who's doing what.
It's a bit of tactical warfare here.
Now
as we
it's
have
going to
seen
come
athlete come
down
through.
to who can make the right decisions. And there's still other athletes that are in the other division.
Wow,
So-
there's a lot of action going on here.
We have
Jostling for
Tim,
position.
who missed his first at 27. He's going to 30, so it will be Tim. And then we will have Leatral still in the thing. He's moved up to 31. So they're kind of throwing a spanner in the works as well, because it changes the calls. But Curran has to make the right decision now. to create a competition with Johan. Johan's just taking the big jump. Curran needs to make some tactical decisions. In the meantime, we have Tim, 130. Looked good in his first, but left it forward. Oh, he's working hard. Referees.
Bit of fancy footwork there.
Gosh. That's a hard work.
No, I didn't quite catch it there, but was his split as wide as it was the first time
he
round?
corrected that better. Yep, he did a good job. He corrected that. So I want to look back at the scoreboard because I want to see who's going where. Okay, who is going where? Because Curran's still got 31, and the call is on Curran, which becomes... Depends what the outcome. What's the outcome? Are you trying to win? Because 34 is the number. 34 is the number. I can see changes being made. Will I see 34 is the number?
There we go.
He's made
So
the
that
right
will
choice.
push him over, right?
So now we have lateral. I think, why is Curran getting ready? Because the call's not on him. The call is on Lee.
And he's out again.
Oh, they're making the
He's
right
ready.
decisions. I like it. It's nice to see that my brain is working as well as it is.
Well, it's great having you here to kind of explain and talk us through it. It's
Now
definitely
we're
a
gonna go
lot
back to
going
the
on.
scoreboard
Definitely a lot
again, 'cause
going
there
on.
is still more stuff happening out the back. Okay, so Lee has declined his last lift, so it is Curran. And if successful, will force Johan even heavier.
There we go.
Malachi, I'm going to put you in a timeout. That message is not...
Alrighty, we got Curran ready to go. He's
Okay.
definitely got the perfect name for a weightlifter.
He certainly does. So this is an important lift. Massive lift. That's a good clean. Oh, what a lift. Critical lift. He's
Be
doing
happy with that.
everything right to stay in contention.
Good fight for that.
Yep, so that makes another change out the back. So let's see if these changes are being made. Okay, so that should force Johan to take 8 over. So he would need 43.
Does he-
143. He's stuck at 140. I don't know if he's got any more changes up his sleeve.
Well, yes, that's what I was going to ask. How many has he made?
And then how much risk are you willing to take on your first lift?
Now, does Curran still have a third lift?
Curran's still got one more.
He's got one more.
So that's when you make another smart decision, and you probably take 3 or 4 now. But that looked good, so I'd say let's go 40. Oh gosh, I'm getting excited. Tim, here comes Tim. Okay. Tim made a great second attempt. Oh, it's good. Oh, fight for it. Oh, sorry, I'm yelling
Unfortunate.
into the microphone. Oh, so good.
It's part of
This-
the excitement. It's hard to hold back from that
This
one. That was
lifting is so tight. It's
really
so
on
good.
the edge there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he didn't quite get that, but
Well,
Still
welcome. We've
very,
got a
very
viewer,
exciting.
Chris, first time watching, except for snippets of the Olympics. I hope I'm giving you a good rundown of what's happening, because it is a game of chess. You're anticipating movements out the back. Oh, I like it too. Curran's moved through to 40. So call is on Johan.
And I see him getting ready here.
Yeah, so he did make the right move because I think Johan either ran out of changes and he's stuck on 140 or he's coming in just to get in the comp, but it won't give him the lead. So Curran's played this well. Johan needs to get on the board, and here's 140 to get on the board. He's made good work of that. Okay, so that is a really good opening attempt.
And how close does that bring the gap between them now?
Closes the gap again, but let's go back to that scoreboard. That's what I said, how critical that lift of Curran's was. So that takes Johan into, on the rank, second with 248, whereas Curran's got 250, even though Johan's lifted more in the clean and jerk because of the buffer. Yes. So now Curran should take 40, because that will force Johan up to 48. That's, to me, you make some jumps. 41.
A lot of thinking is going on here. Richie's working out all the tactical battles.
We've still got Kieran to come in, but it depends on where Curran's willing to go. So Curran's got the lead. Johan's jumped to 45. Johan, if I was Johan, I would have jumped. Yeah, that's the right decision from Johan at this point. Buys him time, gives Kieran a lift on the platform. Here's Curran. Curran's taking 43. This is really good decision making for Curran, but he's got to be successful because this will now force Johan to 51 if successful. So Curran 43 will force Johan to 51. He's looked good in the clean and jerk.
He definitely has. Gosh, the snatch is really coming into play now. That little buffer he made for himself.
It's a pressure lift. I think he's good for it. I don't know what the youth record is for the clean and jerk. I'm sure that's what Johan's looking at. He's going to have to go. He's got 7. Oh, the clean's good. Oh, get your feet together. He waits for the refs. I think that's a good lift. Referees say yes.
Well done. He really fought for that.
He fought real hard.
Impressive job.
Wow, that made a great. This has made a great competition. Wow.
I wasn't sure he was getting for. He went sideways for a bit, but managed to bring his feet together. Excellent work.
What a competition we've got.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing what Johan's going to bring to the table.
Johan now, you can see that, needs 51. Does he try and take it in one chunk? Or do you go 46, 51? That's what I would do, because 10 kilo jumps at these weights, 11 kilo jumps. Yeah, he's being smart. Good. He's taking 45. Okay, so this is smart lifting now. He needs success. 145 kilograms. Oh, it's good. Strong clean. Oh, easy work. Easy work.
He's still got more left in him.
He walks off. He's determined. Oh. Is Doug coaching both of them? How do you do that? You run your athletes against each other.
Playing chess against yourself, really, isn't it?
It is. I guess that's the hardest way to win a chess game, is you're trying to outplay yourself. Well, here we go. I'm pretty certain we're going to see the call move to 51. Let's have a look. Oh, we're going to bring in a new athlete. We completely forgot about Kieran waiting in the wings.
This will bring him up for his first lift.
So Kieran, if successful, is well clear in the men's 89s. And then, yes, we've seen Johan move to 51. So that, all of the coaching calls have been spot on in this competition.
That's what we want to hear. It's good.
It's really
been a dramatic battle so far, hasn't it?
Yeah. the last thing you want to be let down by is your coach making the wrong choice, so they've done well. Here is Kieran. 150 for his opener. That's not the start you want. Let those elbows drop. He'll go up the back, probably get told off. If only we could have a microphone out there. Actually, we could do that in the future, couldn't we?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Listen into what they're chatting about.
Fly on the wall.
That kind of brings me back to a question I wanted to ask you before. Earlier in the day, Lee when he was coaching, he was talking to his athletes and saying big belly, especially on the clean. Is that to kind of lift that chest up? Or?
I've never heard that cue ever, so it must have some meaning behind it. It'll depend on what he's talked to his athletes as to what that cue means. Big belly might be brace.
Ah, right.
It might not be like what you'd assume it means, which is push your belly out. I don't know, it might mean that. It might be something that they utilise. Big belly.
We'll see what happens.
I usually
potentially get him in for an interview.
I usually get that call from my wife when I get McDonald's, but come on, Rich, big belly.
Oh gosh, the McDonald's has been a key player while we're on the road.
So we're waiting patiently. Kieran has 2 minutes following himself. I'll give everybody a good look at this scoreboard because we are down to the final 3 lifts. It's been a big day of lifting. It's been fantastic lifting, actually. I've been really happy to be here sidelined to this all day. Kieran is getting a lot of support, so let's go back to him. He's ready. Mister's first in the clean where you don't want to be, so let's will him up. Hands on. Oh, he's good. Yep. So that secures him the men's 89 kilo South Island Championships, and he gets one more lift.
One more.
So now we have Johan. He's already lined up. Right, I'll go back to him. There he is. So this is for the title. So he needs this lift. He's currently in second. This is from I think a youth record as well. Lots of support. This place is pumping. For the win. 151 kilos. Good fight. Oh, what a competition that was.
That was fantastic. Good effort by both athletes.
That's a youth athlete.
Bring it down to the line.
151 kilos from a youth athlete. He's got a massive future in the sport. And that's where you grow in having tight comps like that.
Yes,
to try and truly execute under pressure. It's not just the weight on the bar, it's the weight of expectation on yourself. Everybody in the crowd.
Definitely. We've got quite the crowd here. Amazing support for these athletes today. There's, in that last lift, you could hear a pin drop right before he approached it. That's fantastic.
I'm pumped. Sitting here, getting excited. Actually want to do a little bit of weightlifting. Everyone at home is like, oh, what? Richie's going to touch a barbell again. No, I'm not.
No. Maybe off camera.
155 kilograms being loaded on the bar. Thank you to our loaders. They've done a great effort this afternoon.
Today, yes.
This is our final lift of the event. At the completion of this event, I will let you look at the scoreboard, and then we will cut for the day. And we will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we have, I'm just going to quickly bring up the score sheets. Saturday weigh-ins. Session 4. Tomorrow we kick off with the women's 71, 76, 81, and 87 plus division at 10 a.m. So we will be live at 10 a.m. And then at 1 p.m. we have the final men's divisions, 96, 102, 109, and 109 plus. And They will be our 2 sessions tomorrow, 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Make sure you subscribe to Sky Sport Next. Go to those channels and you can set a reminder. Here he goes.
161 kgs on the bar.
Oh, he's jumped. That's a
He's
big
jumped
lift.
up quite a lot.
Here we go. 161. Oh, not to be.
Unfortunate there, but
Yeah.
still.
And here's
Great
your South Island champion, though. Well done, Kieran. And that is the end of day 1. That was a beautiful little pan you gave me there to the.
It's been a pleasure today. It's been some fantastic lifting,
Yep.
some tight battles.
That
It's been
is
great having you all here with us to watch this.
that is your scoreboard. So let's just quickly run through that. In first place, we have Curran Power with 258 in the total. Second place, 253, Johan Roberts. What a battle that was. And then in third place, back at 200, we have Davins. Even that battle for third place in that 81
Oh,
was
yes,
great.
yes, that was fantastic.
That was the battle between Davins and David. And then in the men's 89, Kieran with his 150 secured the win on 260 total. Second place back at 223 was Tim. And in third place, I'm still looking for it. Sorry. We have Lee Attrell. Wow, Lee still got on the podium. Well done, Lee.
Oh, nicely done.
So thank you again for joining us. That is me, Richie Patterson, and John Ashahi signing off with the day. We will catch you tomorrow, 10 a.m. live, back here for the South Island Weightlifting Championships, coming to you from Nelson.